Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a collab. It's a multi-channel collab, so there's going to be quite a few people who will be participating in this. I will link everyone's channels below. There is some that I have collabed with and there is some that I have not. And I don't know much about their channels, but again, I will leave their channels down below. And so Amethyst, Jennifer Miller, who is Amethyst Winters, came up with this collab. It is a mental health awareness collab, and they chose the colors teal and purple in order to create some looks. We do have to use those colors, but they said that we could use different colors in the mix. So let me just read a little bit about mental health awareness. So there is certain shades of colors that represent a certain mental health. There is the purple. It represents ADHD, animal abuse, Crohn's disease, ADD, Alzheimer's, anti-violence, fibromyalgia in men, GI, cancer, intestinal, chronic pain, colitis, cystic fibrosis, epilepsy, fibromyalgia, harmony, homelessness, neuropathy awareness, and there is victims of 9/11, there is religious tolerance, there is pancreatic cancer, and those are all for the color purple. The teal is marker X syndrome, agoraphobia, Batten disease, anxiety disorder, compulsive disorder, progressive, food allergies, hoarding, ovarian cancer, sexual assault, PTSD, panic disorder, rape, substance abuse, and victims of the tsunami victims, kidney disease syndrome. So there's a lot of things that these shades represent. And when you're doing the awareness, you know, they have the little ribbons on and different things like that. So let me get into it and I'll just keep on talking. So I'm one of the people who suffer from anxiety disorder and PTSD. And that is due to childhood trauma. And so I'm one of the ones who suffer with that. And so I did not really start hearing about mental health awareness till, give or take, about last year. Normally it was kind of hush-hush. It didn't, nobody was really bringing it up and talking about it. They were just kind of, you know, oh, that's a crazy person, different things like that. And I'm so glad that Jennifer had decided that she would like to do this collab. And all of these ladies do have their own channels. And they, like I said, I know I'm familiar with some, which is I do the 8 color collab with some. I do the Faithful Fab 9 with some. So I do a couple of collabs with them, but the other ones I'm not familiar with, and I would love to get to know them and just see what their channel's all about. I'm so glad that everyone decided that they were going to participate in everyone that had decided to participate in this collab. It's just so great that we have a lot of others participating and just shining awareness, shining light on this, because like I said, back in the day, it was hidden. It was, you know, nobody talked about it, or they thought people were lying, different things like that. And it just, now it's kind of like coming a little bit more out in the open. And that's great, because some people don't even know that they do have a mental illness till the very end. And you know, it's kind of like, what were the signs? Like, how did they not know? Different things like that. Like, people are questioning it, and it's like, I mean, sometimes you really don't know. Um, like, I didn't know until I had gotten diagnosed with it. And so I didn't really know anything about it, because in my family it's just kind of hush hush, and you know, family is first and different things like that. And I love being like that, but I also need to kind of get out of that and show, like, okay, this is this situation, let's deal with it accordingly, instead of brushing it under the rug or letting a child decide on a big thing. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Jeffree Star, and we are no, you know what? No, let's go in with my Jaclyn Hill, and this is the first edition, the first palette. And ooh, yeah, so I didn't know I suffered with that till 6 years ago. Yeah, about 6 years ago. I was having panic attacks, and I was having, my anxiety was spiking, but I didn't know it was my anxiety. And it was just kind of like, I just felt overwhelmed, and my heart beating, and it was like I couldn't breathe, and I mean, just different things like that was happening, and I didn't know why it was happening, and I didn't know that it was anxiety and it was panic attacks. I mean, you see it on movies and you think it's a movie, so they're just acting. And when it happened, it was just like, holy moly. Like, it was something, you know, that I can't explain. And, oh God, I mean, I'm not on medication. I got trained when I worked with adolescents. I got trained in DBT, which stands for Dialectical Behavior Therapy. And I started using the skills that I was taught in that to teach the adolescents. And I'm just so amazed that those skills kept me off of being on medications, because I am the type of person to not like to take medication. I don't like anything in my body. I don't like, you know, anything that can change my chemical imbalance. So I try my hardest not to take any type of medications unless I really, really need to. And so when they were trying to prescribe stuff to me, I right away said, no, what is a better option for me? And they told me yoga, they told me just find a hobby. They told me different things like that, like just to keep your, I guess, your mind, kind of psyching your mind out. I don't know. But when I started working with the adolescents, I learned the DBT, and it really does help. We do like the 4x4 breathing, we do the imagery, the mindfulness, the meditation, the grounding, all of that stuff, that's what we do. And that actually really does help with me whenever I am having anxiety, my anxiety and my slightly panic attacks. I kind of put my fingers on my heart, on where I can feel my heartbeat, and I count it. And I'm telling myself, as I'm counting, you're fine, you're breathing, and I'm calming myself down like that. Another thing that does help me is imagery. Imagery. I love going to my happy place. I love picturing a beach. I love picturing how the sand feels under my toes, how the smell of the ocean, the palm trees just flowing side to side, how the wind blows on your face, different things like that. And what's crazy is I'm terrified of the ocean, but that is my calming place. Other than my family, being entertained with my family. Another reason why I knew something was wrong was because I was isolating really bad, and I just wanted to be alone. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to just cry at the most random times. I mean, it was like I wasn't even pregnant, and it was like I was crying at a commercial that made no sense. So I knew something was wrong then. I would have flashbacks, and my heart would just start beating, and I was that child again. Just, I mean, different things like that would happen, and that's when I knew, like, okay, I have to go talk to someone. I have to go see someone about this. And I've never been the type to go and to the doctor for something like that. So when that started happening, I was like, no, I got to, I have to go talk to someone. And so when I had went to my primary care physician, they had explained to me the panic attacks and the anxiety. And I explained to them what had brought that on. And they were just kind of like, okay, well, let's prescribe you this and let's prescribe you that. And I was like, no, no, I don't want anything. I could deal with it on my own. I've dealt with it for 30 something years, and because even when I was little, that would happen, and I didn't know what was happening because my family would not talk about stuff like that. We got brought up in a Christian home. It was always the Lord would provide, which He does. Don't get me wrong. That is one thing that I know that He, helped me through all of my sadness and all of my hurt and all of my pain and all of the times where I felt, oh my God, I am having a heart attack, because I could not get my heart to slow down and just to breathe slowly. So I would pray at that time, and I was just like, what do I do? Why is this happening? But I never knew. I didn't tell nobody about it because to me it was just kind of like, oh, they'll just tell me this, And so I kept it for so many years until one day I was just like, wow. It got so bad that I had to go to my doctor. So I am still going in with my Jeffree Star. Oh, I went in with my Jeffree Star, sorry guys, and I put the purple, I put the Blood Queen on my purple part there. Sorry about that. And I'm just gonna take, let's do Take the Crown. And we're gonna put that just, so I'm really glad that she had chosen to do this, and it's so, I'm so glad that everyone nowadays is starting to open up and not be so hush hush about it, you know, because back in the day it really was hush hush, and it was like something's wrong with that person, and I don't want them to look bad on our family, just different things like that. I'm going in with Deviant from Jeffree Star and just taking it right up above that teal. And it's just, sometimes it's so hard just to get out of bed. And the only reason why I do is because I'm like, you have a job. Otherwise, I would be in bed just chilling, watching Netflix and eating all the candy in the world. But that is my downfall right there, is food. So if I start feeling depressed, if I start feeling bad, that's my comfort right there. That is my go-to. Like, that's gonna make me feel better, which it doesn't. It makes me feel bloated and gross. But it's so good at the time that I'm doing it. But yeah, so I work in a hospital for substance abuse, and I see a lot of my patients coming in, and it's just the same. You know, it's kind of like COVID happened, and it made it even worse, because now it's like people lost their jobs. People, you know, are having to stay home and having to be locked up in there, and it triggers, you know, so many things, and it's very difficult for a lot of people, and that's when they turn to different things to make themselves numb. I know when I was little, I didn't want to feel that. I didn't want to have flashbacks. I didn't want to have different things, and so I would smoke marijuana. And that was my thing, and I don't do it anymore because I can't, but that was my thing. And so it was just kind of like, that was my way of hiding, or wearing long sleeves. Nobody could see me, nobody could see my body, nobody, you know, wearing big Ben Davis clothes, big Dickies. I mean, it was, wow. Yeah, I dressed like a clown back then, compared to what I do now. Just to hide. Nobody could see me then. You know, nobody could see that I was a girl. You know, well, besides my long hair. So it was just, hide me. I want to feel numb, type of thing. And that's not a way to live at all. So, but I'm getting better as the years, you know, as I got older. I learned how to deal with it in a healthy way. That is the best feeling, is because I did it I'm doing it in a healthy way. Trying to just overcome my past, my childhood, but I'm here, and I'm strong, and sometimes I forget that, and sometimes I need reminding, and that's when my inner circle helps me. So that's when I could count on my inner circle. And what's funny is my inner circle is very, very small. I have less than 10 people in my inner circle, and I keep them close to the chest. And I won't let anyone else in unless I really, really know you for so long and seen your true colors. So, because sometimes even the closest people, family members, you know, they'll do you wrong and they'll blame you for things that you had no control over. None. So, I'm going to step off. I am going to clean up this. Well, I'm cleaning it up now, but I am going to put my base and I will be right back. But as I was saying, you know, it's sometimes it's hard for people to understand what really happens during that manic, and it's just hard for some people who don't go through this, who don't understand, you know. I'm gonna take my Jeffree Star in Extreme Frost Choking on Ice. I got this from a box from a friend. When I had opened her box, I had offered, because I knew she wouldn't use it, so I had offered her money for it, and she just gave it to me. So I'm extremely happy that she gave it to me. But of course I was offering money. I was like, I'll buy it. So I was extremely happy that I have it now. So, and I have not used it, as you could tell. And that was a long time ago. I'm just taking that on my highlighting brush from that says that they suffer with this. I'm just going to put that in the inner corner. Just going to take this brush and get some on it and go right up, up, up. But I had this whole look, you know, I wanted to do half one color and half the other color and just show this is what I'm feeling sometimes. Like when I'm in those depressed moods, I feel like two people. One that my kids will see, because I will never show them what I'm truly feeling, and one that my job sees. And you know the phrase, fake it to make it. Sometimes I have to. Sometimes I really have to, and I have to put on that smile. And so I was wanting to do something like that, but I'm not that creative. So in my head I was like, yes, I could do it, but I'm not that creative, so I'm not even gonna try. So I just decided to do a look. But sometimes whenever I am in those moods, I do feel like two people, like one side of me is showing a happy person, just a happy person, and the other side is blah. I got this in a mystery box and I'm loving it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and go into this one right here, which is Blow Pony. And let's try this. It has that chemical smell. And you know it's crazy? I just love these lippies. So I could have put this as a liner as well, because his lipsticks you can use on your eyes. Then we're going to go into Royal Armor and just give it some glitter, little gloss. This is the final look. So, please go and check out every other lady that is doing this collab, and just show them some love. Show the mental health awareness. Put some light on it. Yeah. So, if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to join my little family, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell just to get notified whenever I do upload a new video. Alright guys, see you guys in the next one.